Moscow has formally charged the detained American journalist with espionage. The Wall Street reporter Evan Gershkovich has now denied the accusations that he was involved in spying at all. The Gershkovich was arrested by the Russian authorities last week for spying, and his arrest has prompted an outcry from media outlets and rights groups as well as government officials in Washington. The U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken has dialed the Russian foreign minister demanding for his immediate release. Russia has turned down Washington's request. The Wall Street Journal has vehemently denied the allegations against its trusted and dedicated reporter. The case has been classified as secret, limiting the amount of information that is now available publicly. The arrest has come in the backdrop of Russia-Ukraine war, which has seen the rift between the United States and Russia to be widening. Moscow's relationship with Washington has been severely downgraded in recent times, and the White House has called the detention to be completely ridiculous. Russia said that it was pointless to try to pressurize Moscow over this case. And also my colleague Susan Tehrani has been tracking this story very closely for us. She's joining us live from New York on this broadcast. Susan, this is a crucial bit of a case of a Wall Street Journal reporter who's now been picked up by the Russians on charges of espionage, but now he's come forward and said that he was not involved in any espionage whatsoever. What more details are you picking up?
So this puts the Biden administration in a very difficult situation, considering the fact that it has limited options right now on how it can go forward. Russia has an American national in its hands, in its custody right now. Some members of Congress have accused Russia of doing this, falsifying these allegations against the Wall Street reporter in order to exert pressure on Washington, and they hope for another prisoner swap. If you remember, just recently, that basketball player, Brittany Griner, was swapped for a very high-level Russian, Victor Bout, who was a arms dealer. On the other hand, we have heard that Mike Pence recently in an interview with CNN has called on the Biden administration to expel Russian diplomats until this matter is resolved. So again, the ball is in the Biden administration's court right now on how it wants to deal with this issue. I do also want to say that there was a Marine just last year who was released from Russian custody. His name was Trevor Reed. You may remember that case. He says the only reason he was released and the Biden administration took note of his case was because, quote unquote, he credited his family with putting pressure on this administration to secure his release. Of course, the United States says these allegations are baseless. Russia, on the other hand, says that they are not. We do know that U.S. officials from the U.S. Embassy in Moscow have met with the Russian Foreign Ministry. The content of those discussions, however, is still not clear.
Absolutely, indeed. Thank you very much indeed, Susan Tehrani, for joining us and getting us those details there. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.